Yeah, this is shouldn't be too long after. I'm probably gonna do the poll later, but this is gonna be the what if. So, yeah, I hope you guys are gonna enjoy the video. Cue intro.
We doing this shit. Go. I whip the pad like I can teen. I just got me a beam. Used to ride in steamers. I'm hot as jalapeno. Bitch, I'm selling out arenas. They say he entertain us. And if you try to tame us, I bet we leave stained up.
So, hope you like the new intro. I give all credit to Takashi. So, yeah, let's get into it. Hey, it's King Cryptic back with another video. And today we're going to be doing What If Deku was an SAO. Well, Sasha had Kirito's abilities, part 4, I believe. I'm kind of too lazy to check, but I'm pretty sure it's 4, right? And where we last left off, Deku and Kirito, I believe, were grinding. Yeah, out grinding together, being bros. And they also managed to beat Ilfang. Yeah, that thing. You know, the thing that was bouncing off pillars and massacring people. Yeah, that Ilfang. But, well, for the next episode of this What If, or the series SAO, Red-Nosed Reindeer, I'm gonna kind of gloss over that, because things wouldn't happen the same as in canon. So, we're gonna start off at a bar, where Deku and Kirito are sitting next to each other in matching colors with a whole lot of other people. Well, not too many, just a group of people to be exact. As they all say cheers, and one of them, you know, say it's to the guy to the guys who saved his life, which is one of the guild members. I think the leader, I believe. Doesn't really matter either way, because they're all just story fodder. Yeah, but, you know, all the rest of the guild kind of thanked Deku and Kirito for saving them. Borderline, that's just what happened, and that's how they're in here now. I'm gonna say that, like, all the things that happened with Kirito and Sachi happened the same, with the Deku kind of doing his own thing, just being normal. And every time, like, the whole entire guild goes out to, you know, level up, they both go with. And the thing where they lie about their levels doesn't happen. And they end up telling them off rip that they're like, since, like, in canon, Kirito was like level 40 something at this time, I'm gonna say that they're both at level 50 something. Because they've been kind of boosting each other. They have more of a reason to get stronger, because they're kind of like rivals, you know? They kind of just gassed each other up, so yeah, we get a stronger Kirito and Deku. But to be exact, I'm gonna say that Kirito is 2 levels above Deku, because of reasons. Let's just say that Deku let him get a little bit ahead of him for plot. Okay. Let's skip to the dungeon that they go to. This is towards the end, and they end up opening up a chest. But little do they know, surprise, surprise, it's a trap. And worst of all, they're stuck. Meaning the only way they can get out is by fighting. They can't teleport or really run through the masses of doll monsters, which is what have just spawned. Oh crap, it's a bug.
Oh my. This is about a week later. Well, sorry that this has not come out as quickly as people expected. But, like, before, this, I wasn't really recording at home. And while I was recording this episode, last time I fell asleep in the middle of it, which is great. By the time I woke up, I lost motivation and couldn't really find a proper time, the time to upload. But yeah, now I'm back home and I should be able to start getting videos out more consistently. So, yeah. Back to the story. Where we last left off, the masses of, well, Enderman dolls start to surround the whole entire team. As this is happening, Kirito starts to freeze up, while everyone else is getting beat up besides Deku. King, I think the word you're looking for is molested. Yeah, beat up by the doll monsters. Deku decides that this is no time to use the normal strat he's been doing, and decides to use all of his speed to try to, well, kill as many of those doll monsters as he can and help out his team. While he's doing that and trying to keep everyone from dying, he sees, well, Kirito frozen up, and he says, "Get a grip. This is no time to get cold feet," as Kirito snaps out of it and says, well, thinks to himself, what is he thinking? Bit slower. Somebody could have died already. As soon as that thought ends, Kirito and Deku are just going through it, clearing out the whole entire dungeon at a pretty fast speed. And the whole other team, guild, is seeing all this happen and seeing how fast they're moving. And at this point, they're just like sitting there, staring at them in awe. Let's cut to where all of the, doll monsters are defeated. Everyone is just, not everyone. Kirito and Deku are just huffing and puffing, trying to catch their breath, as the rest of the guild is just saying thank you and congratulating them, saying that they basically just saved their lives, and that without them they wouldn't have made it. With Deku saying no prob Bob, and thinking, this is why my only party member is Kirito. I can't believe that he talked me into joining the guild. Well, as soon as Kirito and Deku get their breath back, or regain their stamina, and the whole guild is walking to the exit, they come to find that the gate still hasn't opened, which is confusing everyone. Actually, they all think it's rather strange, as Kirito says, Deku, why do you think we can't leave this place? As Deku says, I don't know, it's kind of strange. We got every enemy. Wait, actually, not quite. 'Cause as they look around, all of the doll monsters haven't actually, dispersed. They were just there on the ground still. When they look back at all of the monsters, they begin to float up in the air and smash into each other until they start to fuse together and just become a mangled wooden monstrosity of just a large body of wood, with limbs sticking out of it and just one disgusting looking head. As the title of not the mini boss, an actual boss on the level of a floor boss reads Morning Wood, as the entire party just gets a disgusted look on their face, as Kirito said, why would Kayaba actually do this? Out of everything in this death game, why in the hell would he actually do this? As Deku just opens up his inventory and pulls out a torch, and then yeets it into quote-unquote morning wood, as it proceeds to combust into flames and just turn into ashes, then disperse into particles of light, as
The whole entire guild just doesn't say anything after that and just walks out, even ignoring the chest it dropped. Yeah. Let's cut to later, when they're all back at the guild's base, or whatever you'd want to call it. They're all having a meeting that Deku called them up to, as he explains how they're a way higher level than they let on, and his reasonings for quitting the guild. Same thing for Kirito, as the whole entire, rest of the guild is upset that they're leaving, but can understand where they're coming from, as the worst episode in SAO finishes. I'm gonna start telling the story like how I was telling it before. Instead of, skipping through or going through it fast, just like how I did, this part earlier. I just couldn't bear making, a whole entire 20 to 30 minutes out of just that alone, of Kirito gaining PTSD. I'm sorry. But hey, now Kirito doesn't have PTSD, so we don't have to worry about, that stuff throughout the whole entire first season now. Maybe I'm the only one who hated that so much, of just back-to-back flashbacks of a girl dying. Now, let me stop going on a 30-minute rant and get back to what you guys came here for. Kirito, you think in this town we'll find any leads on Titan's Hand? Well, I don't know, but we might as well look everywhere we can. They need to get some type of justice for what they've done. Insert scream. As Deku and Kirito hear a scream, as Kirito says, we might as well check it out. Somebody might be in trouble. As Deku says, here we go again. Hopefully it's not a whole entire guild we save this time. Oh, shut up, you. As Deku and Kirito arrive to the scene, they see a girl getting gangbanged by a bunch of gorillas. When I say gangbanged, I mean about to be killed. Not whatever. Deku and Kirito rush forward as Deku tackles one of them to the ground, then stabs his sword into its chest, then twists it. As he gets up and stabs his blade into another one. While this is happening, Kirito slashing and hacking down at a lot of them, basically decombobulating them, as their limbs drop to the floor one by one and explode into light particles, with the last one about to bash a girl to death. Deku jumps up behind one of the last gorilla, gets his two hands and snaps his neck, as that gives Kirito goosebumps, as he says, wasn't that a bit extra? With Deku saying, my sword was on the ground, and I just didn't want to pick it up and waste time killing this last enemy. With Kirito saying, whatever you say. After that, they both look to see the girl crying and saying the name Pina, with Deku thinking that the girl's weird, crying over a feather, says, "What's with that feather?" With the girl saying, "It's Pina." Sorry, I can't do a female voice. My best friend. With Deku actually getting pretty annoyed and saying, get a fucking grip. This is a death game, and you're crying over an NPC. So what? Actual people have had their actual friends die, whether it be in battle or suicide, and you're sitting here crying over a pet in a game. With Kirito saying, hey, chill out, Deku. She's probably been through a lot. As Deku says, and you, stop being a freaking simp. This is like the third girl at this point. Bro, you need to stop it and get some help. No Michael Jordan. Let me stop. With Kirito totally disregarding what Deku said and tells the girl that he's sorry for his friend's behavior and the fact that they didn't get here in time. If they got here sooner, they might have been able to save your friend. With Deku saying, are you ignoring me? As Deku says, you're crying so much that you drown a flower. There's still a chance you can revive your quote-unquote friend. Which the girl, I'm just gonna say her name, Silica, because I'm tired of saying the frickin' girl, starts wiping her tears and says, really? How? Oh my god. I'm sorry. So, I'm watching this episode off YouTube. I know, boo, ew, you're watching it off YouTube. It's on Netflix. I know, whatever. It was just easiest to access. But aside from that, I had to put on captions so I could actually see the lines. And throughout this whole entire episode, Pina reads as penis in captions. Hey, it's childish, but I don't care. I still find it funny. Well, back to Deku explaining the flower that can bring back familiars within the 3 days, of their death. It makes, Silica, happy that she has a chance at getting her best friend back. Well, that's where I'm gonna leave this episode at. Sorry for it being shorter than most of my videos, but it is early in the morning, and I don't want to fall asleep while recording this. And since the next episode will have, more action, I want to record it at my very best, and I want to get a part 4 out as fast as I can at the same time. So, look forward to part 5 tomorrow. If not later today. I'll see you next time. King Cryptic, signing out. Peace.